Later on, of course, as years went by and I got better and better known,
You got
I was by
bacon
the
and ham.
Ham, bacon, and ham. The dummy never showed.
Never, to this day. Found him OD'd in an alley.
So the ventriloquist was throwing her voice into the bacon.
Yeah. So what did that look like? Did it look like, what was that place, Gillies? That's what I imagine that to look like.
I've actually played. There's another club in Dallas that is the comparable to Gillies, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's literally as big as, just 3 times as big as this entire building, and
Right.
it has 7 different clubs going on. One is square dancing, one's a country band, and they're all open. It's almost like a entertainment market. And one room they did comedy in. And these cowboys would come in with the hats and the date, and they'd stand. They wouldn't come in the room because they were just shopping.
Right.
They would just stand in the doorway and look for a minute, and you'd see all that, and they'd walk off. And then you'd go out after your show and look at it. And they'd all be those same people be square dancing. It's just a big entertainment market. Anything you want. And they actually had the mechanical ballroom. And there was a line to get into that.
And that other place, what was that? The place where you took the LSD and...
Oh, Oscars in Louisiana. It was, just a terrible, terrible, terrible disco. The disco stage was about 10 feet by 10 feet.
What song was it? What was it? Disco? I mean, was it like Casey and the Sunshine Band kind of
right
crap or...
Right. But then they'd throw in a country song.
You bet.
And also during the show, which I forgot to mention, was they kept the disco ball lit and moving, so it was fairly surreal. You know, the light was just keeping.
So people were.
And we were tripping, and it was like. And just every once in a while, a bottle would hurl right past your face, and they were really going for you. They were luckily they were so drunk, their aim was off.
But they would. No one was sitting. They were all standing.
Right. They were waiting to dance.
Oh.
Right. They were all around the rail, just.
Did you get any laughs?
No, 0. They didn't even listen to us. They immediately started throwing things.
And kids today, they think they've got it made.
Well, they have these comedy clubs to work at.
That's right. Well, did you ever work Joe Dunkel's room in Michigan? It was above a hockey rink. This little, that's where I started. It's above a hockey rink. So you'd just be getting to your punchline. All of a sudden, the hockey team would score. And it was no cover, quarter beer night, and it was do or die. I mean, it was do or die. They smelt blood, they'd kill you.
I've worked several bowling alleys, and one in Detroit, this place called Chaplin's. And I,
oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and I knew I was in trouble, and when I was at the hotel, I said, how do you get to the club? Okay, you go out on the street, and you're going to pass 3 bowling alleys on the left. Go down to the end, take a right, you're going to see 2 bowling alleys on your right. Keep going, you're going to pass 3 more bowling alleys, take a left, and it's the bowling alley you come to. So let me get this straight. You guys like bowling around here?
Yes,
the guy goes, not really. I don't. So we go there, and it was literally you'd be on stage in the bowling, and you see a million cars, and you go, oh, maybe there's a crowd.
Right.
And you go into your side, the comedy side, and there's nothing. The bowling alley filled. And people would be in the show if they'd finally, the overflow, they'd come in and sit down, and then they'd go, Johnson, your lane. And they'd get up and leave, and that was, you'd have to wait until the overflow happened again.
So Chaplin's is in a bowling alley?
An active bowling alley. Oh, I thought of another really bad gig, too. It just happened to me.
No, you just change the banner and keep, whatever. Keep rolling here?
Yeah,
I'm fine.
Your
you
mic's,
just talk.
his mic's on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for you, you can go ahead and say it.
Well, this was in Walnut Creek, California, right outside of San Francisco. Saturday night, big crowd, big crowd, full. And I get on stage, and there's these 3 girls on the front row, and 2 of them are just talking as though they are long-lost sisters and have finally met because they've been seated together at a comedy club. They are totally oblivious that I am on stage. And I think, well, I just got up here. I'll let them talk. They'll settle down. So I'm talking, and they just keep talking. I finally look at them and, excuse me, show going on here. And they just, anyway, And so I go, look, you know, if you want to talk, go outside. I'm sure someone here might want to hear the show. And shut up. This is getting weird, you know. It's like a minute and a half into my act, and finally I just snap, and I get down on her face. I'm crouched down, and I go, look, shut up. She grabs her glass, and she throws it at me, and it hits the hand my mic's in. And then she jumps up and runs. And I get back up, and I go, oh, that's weird. The crowd, as one man, goes, they get up, and they leave the room. All of them. About 30 people stayed, spread out. I'm going, this is weird, man. Didn't y'all see what happened here? You know, I did my whole show, and people were booing. They were just yelling at me. I go, what is this? It turns out, all they saw was me bend over. They heard and then she ran. They thought I punched her.
Right in the front.
Good. I didn't know that, you know. It was a tough hour. What amazes me is that some people stayed. I love that. The idea like, yeah, he hit her, but he's got some clever stuff.
Yeah. I would have done the same thing. And in San Francisco, that must have went real well.
God, yeah. She, later on, it turns out, that was the first show. She was outside in tears, screaming at the next show that was lined up, going, he's beating women. I mean, the other audience members, he's beating women. And everyone in line was going, all right.
Oh, cool.
Good choice. Glad we did
Bill.
But it was great because the next show was really tense because they really thought I punched this girl in the face, you know. And the next show was great because the comic that went up before me, you know, and everyone in the audience that came in had heard this story and they were like, gee, what is this guy? What is this new kind of comedy? But he goes on, when he finished his act right before me, he goes, listen, I just want to say I had a little altercation with someone the first show and I feel better now. Y'all were great. And the audience was like, ooh, that was him.
Oh, he took your...
He took the heat.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then I went up and just did it, and the audience was buzzing afterwards. Where's the guy that beats women? We feel gypped. There were several women on the front row of that show. He could have slugged any one of them.
So you had to follow that. So you shot somebody.
Right.
Right in the face. Then you have to be
Here they all stand. What are they doing?
Sing to the bad blues kids. There were some good nights too. There was a night when people they all laughed. Not to me, I've seen it happen though. Between beatings.